Spice and Wolf is an anime I watched as part of my ongoing attempt to have never dropped an anime. It is about a merchant named Lawrence who goes to a wheat village and ends up meeting Holo, who is the wolf god who protects the harvests of the village, and the village basically disowns her, and so together the two of them end up going on a mercantile journey across the country, all while avoiding being killed by the church for being pagans, and while trying to make a little money on the side as Holo tries to get back to her homeland in the north, which Lawrence has decided to help with. I remember I dropped this show after the first episode because I had a friend that really recommended it to me, and I watched one episode and I was like, wow, this is so boring, I just can't keep going with it. And that was probably in middle school, and now that I'm an actual adult with a functioning attention span, I will have to say that I do find the show very slow still and a bit calm, but I did enjoy it significantly more. The show does get into a lot of the mercantile minutiae, such as the different types of coins, their values, what they're worth, as well as how the gold and silver content in the coins themselves change their values. It gets a very into the nitty-gritty of the details and stuff like that. It's sort of like a small-scale economics anime that pays sometimes a little too much attention to the economics. And I will also say that sometimes it also gets sort of dangerous as they're getting hunted down by the church or other merchants who are betraying them. And so it gets into these little bits of like action moments, but you never really end up fearing for the characters or anything. So if anything, there's never really any kind of tension. And the interest in the economics also kind of wanes over time. What I found myself really appreciating about this show, and I wouldn't be shocked to hear that this is everyone's favorite thing about the show, is the dynamic between Holo and Lawrence. I'm not sure either character is necessarily great by themselves. If you were to take them and put them by themselves, separate them from each other, and just, I don't think I could watch Lawrence hold an episode down by himself, and I don't think I could watch Holo. But together they have such a great dynamic, such a great banter, and there's this sort of like implication of them drifting closer together and possibly being in love with each other, but neither one is willing to say it because they're both kind of stubborn. It's like this adorable dynamic, but also this sort of like complex, matured dynamic as well. I really appreciate like watching the characters bounce off of each other and fire off quick, witty comebacks to each other's sentences. So I would say just purely based on Holo and Lawrence's whole dynamic and a little bit of spice when Nora shows up. She's not even like an official love triangle, but it just gets a little bit under Holo's skin, and it sort of, in a way, almost moves their relationship forward just by the act of creating a little bit of friction. It's very enjoyable in that regard. I actually would have no issues going on to season 2, but from what I've heard, the show's actually getting a remake, and apparently, and I don't know for sure, but I have heard that the remake is actually kind of necessary because the later seasons of this show sort of didn't adapt everything fully, and so it's just easier to remake the whole show than actually do a season 3. So I think I'll probably watch the remake, but I think I'm gonna stop the original like 2008 series right here. Twitch and Discord in the description. I've been Sacrobolic, your envoy of hope. Bye-bye.